It hit me like a hammer. I was so numb. I heard her voice speaking the words, but I didn't really feel them, not at first. There's a strange silence after someone leaves you. You expect noise, tears, shouting, some kind of chaos, but instead, the world just goes quiet. People keep moving, cars drive by, somewhere, a neighbor laughs. But for you, everything stops. That first week, it's like walking underwater. Every sound is muffled. Every thought echoes. You reach for your phone out of habit, then freeze. You stare at the wall. You count the hours, and they don't move. I moved through the days in slow motion. I sat at the kitchen table, staring at cold coffee. I listened to the silence, and sometimes to the echo of her voice. Those last words repeating, then fading, then coming back again. I kept asking myself if it was real, if I'd wake up and none of this would have happened. But the sun kept rising, and the world refused to stop for my grief. I couldn't eat. Food tasted like nothing. Sleep came in fragments, haunted by memories I didn't ask for. I thought I'd cry more. Sometimes I did, but mostly I just felt empty. The 5 things that got me through? First, letting the pain exist. I tried to fight it at first. I tried to distract myself, to push it down. But pain doesn't go away when you ignore it. I let it in. I let it crash over me, waves of anger, loneliness, regret. I let myself break, in private, without shame. Second, leaving the apartment. Even for 5 minutes. Sometimes the only thing I accomplished was putting on shoes and stepping outside. The world looked the same, but I wasn't. Rain felt different. The cold air reminded me I was still here, even if I barely recognized myself. Third, shutting out her digital ghost. I muted her, blocked even, not out of spite, but to keep my mind from wandering into places it didn't belong. Every photo, every story, like reopening a wound. The silence on my screen hurt, but it was better than the alternative. Fourth, building a fragile routine. Wake up, shower, drink water, write something down. It wasn't much, but it was a rope I could hold on to when the days blurred together. Tiny victories. Making the bed, opening the window, feeding myself, even if it was just toast. Fifth, letting someone in, even a little. I didn't want advice. I didn't want solutions. I just needed someone to know I was still here. A message, "Can we talk?" sent in the middle of the night. Sometimes it went unanswered, but sometimes someone wrote back. And that small lifeline kept me from disappearing into myself. The first week doesn't end with fireworks or revelations. Mostly it ends with exhaustion. But one morning you wake up, and the air feels a little lighter. The world is still broken, but you're breathing. You survived, and that's enough for now. If you're in it right now, you're not weak for feeling this. You're not alone in the silence. Drop your story below if you want, or just sit with me here in the quiet. We'll get through the next week together. If you could use a fellow traveler on that emotional journey, hit subscribe. I'll be here for the hard parts and the hope. You're not alone.